There we go. Alrighty then. Daily login. 100S, right, nice. Oh, nice. 2 more pulls from this. I kind of forgot about it. Let me make sure my mic's on. Yeah, it is. How are you doing, bro? I'm doing good. How about you, Val? I'm playing a bit of Wuwa because in HSR, I don't think people want to watch me walk around with HMC for 3 hours. So I actually have stuff to do on Wuwa, so I re-downloaded it. This flight mechanic is an absolute blessing. Like it's an absolute blessing. Let me see. Are there any more no, I cleared all the supply chests yesterday. But there are some markers I haven't gotten yet apparently. Oh wait, no, I haven't. What the fuck? I thought I got them all. I'm doing fine, thank you. Love your content, brother. I appreciate that very much. Thank thank you for stopping by as well. I've been taking so many breaks off these gacha games. I've never been consistent at all with like uploading schedule, I guess you could say. But I think lately I've been doing a better job than usual. All right, flight. I did make a slight mistake yesterday because I was so damn tired. I made that video like right before I went to sleep, and I didn't realize that Tribby does not give like damage bonus for HP scaling characters, but just gives damage bonus in general, depending on how much HP she has. But I don't think it's that big of a deal, since I'll just make more videos anyways in the future. Oh, what the? I didn't even know this was a place. Where is it? This one. How was your experience playing Wuwa 2.0? It's really good, but I will say I cannot speak for like how good the story might be because I did skip like this story basically entirely. Like I was not paying attention to it at all. But in terms of like quality of life, polls, exploring the map, like mob fights and mob designs, it reminds me of how I felt when I first played this game in 1.0. Like there is so much that I feel like even after playing the game yesterday for like 7 or 8 hours, like it still feels like I've done like barely nothing, right? And I love that feeling. Hmm. Am I gonna have to fight something here? Seems like it. Make use of firelight to defeat the enemies. Oh, I can just kill them? I thought for a second this was gonna be one of those gimmick fights. I don't remember how to do proper rotations in this game either, so I'm like a complete noob. Which is another thing that kind of sucks about taking a break, but... Oh, he needs to be in the fire. Okay. Come on, come in the fire. Oh, okay. Come over here, please. Oh, wait, is there a timer on this thing? Please come over here. Like, did the flames die out if I take too long? Can you, bro? I forgot this game has parrying. Like, I forget so many things so easily. There we go.
Winds, heed my command.
I did all that for a journal page? Really? Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. That makes it worth it. Never mind. My God, what's up, man? What's up, Fletcher? Do you think Boot Hill's still worth it in 3.0? Been meaning to get him for a while. I think if you pull for Fugue, he'll still last you quite a while, right? For sure.
Make it fast.
I think worth it. It's hard to say, right? Like, what do you define as worth it? Because at the end of the day, what really matters is how much you like the character. Because if you like Boot Hill more, 100%, you're just gonna have more fun playing endgame content with him, right? But in terms of worth, just purely looking at meta, the only reason I'd say no is because Fei Xiao is literally on the exact same patch. But if you already have Fei Xiao, then honestly, I think Boot Hill is a fine pickup. He's still really good in MOC, and he's really good in Apocalyptic Shadow. I do think he'll last a good while into the 3.x patches, especially with Fugue's release. Like, I see him, like, one-shotting break bars. Like, that's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. Nice. More flight stamina. I have Fugue, yes. I mean, will break still be relevant now? Okay, so things could change, right, Valk? However, there is currently a leak for a Hule boss in, I believe, 3.1. I'm not sure if he's in APOC or MOC, but basically, this Hule doesn't have a toughness bar. However, apparently, you have to break like his summons or like his minions, and that will do damage to his toughness bar. So, the thing I never expected them to do, it seems like they're doing it or gonna start like testing the waters of making bosses not have toughness bars. Like main ones. But I still think Boot Hill would still not struggle against that boss for the reason that his minions do toughness damage to him anyways. Like Boot Hill can one shot most minions in elites. Like I'm gonna be completely honest, the hunt damage he's able to do, he'll probably just one shot them and be able to do insta toughness bar damage. It's really hard to speak for a character and confidently say that they'll last the entirety of the 3.x patches without having any clue what Hoyo is cooking up in their offices. Oh, you have the facial follow up team. I'd say yeah then. I think Boot Hill is a perfectly fine pickup. Like the only reason I wanted to give up on Boot Hill was because low key I was struggling on Pure Fiction. Like Pure Fiction's the only endgame mode I kind of like semi struggle on my account because I have an unbuilt Himiko and I don't have a single like Pure Fiction DPS. I have Acheron, but I don't have Zhaoqiu. And I also don't have like that entire Acheron team like the most invested in, right? Otherwise, I would have pulled for Boot Hill. But even then, I would have ended up not pulling for Boot Hill because of My Day. My Day ended up changing my mind about literally everyone in 3.0. But Boot Hill's for sure a great pickup. I've seen crazy clips of Boot Hill. That's why I want him, to be honest. He's also a pretty cool character. Yeah, completely understand where you're coming from. He is easily one of the coolest characters in the games. Animation wise, being a cowboy and having like a gun is just so fucking sick in my opinion, right? And his design just makes it even better. And I've seen like E0, S0 Boot Hills, like with Fugue specifically, hit like 1 million or 1 million plus. That's insane single target damage for like one character. Like that's insane, man. You got Carlotta? No. If you watched my recent Wuwa video, I lost the 50-50 to Verena. And now I'm at, I think, like 40 something pity. So I'm at 45. I'm at 47 pity. That's why I was on the game all day yesterday, and I almost didn't make a video on the new leagues for Tribby in my day. I genuinely had a migraine from grinding this game so long that I was close to just not making a video on the new leagues.
Triumph through sacrifice. Take form. Be reduced to cinders.
Jade is like a cheat for pure fiction, to be honest. That's true. Jade is a pretty big cheat for pure fiction. I think if they start to make pure fiction more difficult, like in the future patches, like I'm talking like MOC tier, right? I do think they could for sure do it, and if they do, Jade's value would go up a lot more.
Make it fast.
Like I heard the current pure fiction, I believe the like grip mechanic and the resurging tides gives a 120% like damage buff overall. However, apparently in like the 3.0 or 3.1 pure fiction, they're gonna change it so that it's only a 50% damage buff. So like weaker characters who cannot output that much damage will be worse in pure fiction. Oh, actually lose that 50-50 yesterday? Thought you might have gotten her by now? Nah. Even as like a returning player, I could not, like, you can't get pulls that quick, I think. Like I was able to milk like 40 plus pulls yesterday, but that was it. I still have a lot more to do though, like in terms of events and stuff like that. I have this still to do. I still have this for Rising Tides thing. I get like 200 um asteroid for doing companion quest. I have this, but I have even more than this because I have the other ones like Huang Long and Black Shores not done either. I have this. Like, there's a lot of events that I can still do. I think I can get like another 20 pulls just from like events and quests. Wait, where? There we go. Hmm. Where is this chest? Oh, it's underground. What time did you get offline? I saw you up pretty late. Somewhere in the morning of my time. I don't know like the specific, but it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I was playing the game damn near since I woke up. Here we go.
There you are.
Nice.
Oh, look, shinies.
Tribute will be cracked for sure, but I don't think they'll last too long if the main source of support is Tribute's additional damage. I mean, here's the thing, right? The only Harmony who's like kind of similar to Tribby is Ruan Mei. And Ruan Mei, if you really think about it, is gonna be just a 1.x version of Tribby. So now that we're in 3.x, and I'm sure as we all saw with Sunday, harmonies are going to get stronger. I do think Tribi will have way stronger overall buffs than Ruan May. Like, I don't think that's even a question.
Make it fast.
Like, people are assuming automatically that because she doesn't have action advance in her kit, that she's automatically gonna be worse than Robin in almost every situation. But that is very, very presumptuous to assume that Hoyo wouldn't have thought that far. Like, it's just really easy to think that far. Oh, no action advance worse than Robin. Like, no. They will most likely make it to where she is the strongest buffer in the game, period. So you sacrifice the action advance, and in return, you get shit ton of amount of, res pen, defense shred, damage bonus. Like, it's just incredibly broken from the sounds of it.
Guests of the uncountable. Feathers
And
in sea.
remember, another thing to keep in mind is that Tribi is getting her own like dedicated planar set in 3.1, which will probably allow her to get more HP or give like better buffs overall to teammates.
Together we vanish.
So dedicated planar set, and she's a new Harmony. Like, I really do think she's gonna be very, very broken. She might not replace Robin, right? But I think she'll be the best like overall team buffer in the game without a doubt.
Make it fast.
And it makes you think like, what are they gonna put in the Eidolons and Lycone to really make them shine, right? Because Harmonies, almost all of Harmony's E1s or S1s are incredibly powerful, right? Like Sunday's E1 broken, Sunday's S1 broken, Ruan May's E1 at the time absolutely broken, and even now it's still a pretty good Eidolon. Her Lycone, once again, it's pretty good as well. You can even put her Lycone on HMC and take better advantage of it. So I truly do think that Tribi being in 3.x just means she's going to have like a crazy buffing ability that no one is really accounting for.
There you are. Oh, look, shinies.
All right, I finished this. Sure.
Make it fast.
It's even lower. Are you not gonna pull for Carlotta? I am. I'm currently trying to get her right now. Whoops. Nice. 200 asteroid. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Tribi's going to need to eat ER and just give huge damage buffs. Yeah, from what I've seen, it seems like the two things that Tribi is going to want the most might be ER and HP. Mainly HP, because her damage bonus scales off of her HP. But then after that, it's probably ER. So you run ER rope, maybe. Who knows? I don't know about being better than Robin. I mean, this is the issue, right? Nobody can imagine a current like best character in a game ever being power crept until it happens. Like this happened with Ruan May. It happened with Sparkle. When Sparkle released, people were like, "There's no way we get like a new hyper carry close to after Sparkle that ends up power creeping her." And just look at what Sunday did. Like it's not until it happens that people finally realize like Hoyo really doesn't play games with power creep in Honkai Star Rail. Like it happens pretty quickly. Acheron came out in 2.1. Back then, she could clear all the endgame with complete ease. Mid relic investment, no Zhao Q, free to play team. You're still 3-starring everything without an issue. 0, 1, 2 cycle. You look at it now, like 6 patches later, Acheron in most scenarios isn't even a top 3 DPS.
Make it
She's not a
faster.
top 3 DPS in APOC, arguably not top 3 in MOC, not top 3 in pure fiction. Like, it can happen a lot more quickly than people imagine. Keep in mind, Robin's decently old at this point. Robin came out right after Acheron's patch in 2.2. Like, we only think of Robin as like a newer type of character because she's gotten reran so many times at this point. Like, reran within 3 patches twice in a row. That's insane. No other character has done that. But she is an older character now. Like, she's gonna start showing her age at least some point. Like, I'd say in almost every hyper carry team scenario where there's only like one sole DPS, Sunday is now the better option over Robin. Now, obviously, in a lot of situations, you run Robin alongside Sunday. However, once again,
Make it
the
faster.
fact that Tribby has no action advance will probably just mean that her buffs will be so much stronger. Best support right now in Honkai Star Rail, it's probably Robin. I think Ruan Mei's the most universal support. However, at this point in the game, when we're getting like a lot of these new harmonies, there's a lot of just situations where Ruan Mei is not a best in slot anymore. Like the Sunday Robin combo is almost always better than like a Sunday Ruan Mei combo in almost every scenario. So even though Ruan Mei is still a very, very universal support, we're at a point in the game where being a universal support doesn't really say much. Like what people really want is best in slot supports for like their comps. And Robin, I think, fits the best in like most best in slot teams. Especially the niche powerful runs, right? Like E2 Acheron teams, I see a lot of people running Robin to be able to get like those fast cycle clears. I see a lot of people running the Sunday Robin comp with Dill. Like she's just incredibly universal, but stronger than Ruan Mei in the first place. Death Shred Res Pen can work on break damage, yeah. Do you think one abundance unit coming will be a must pull for people without Ling Sha or no? Since we are, I think so. Yes, I think so. I don't. The leakers have already said we're getting no preservation units, and we're getting damn near no sustains in 3.x,
Make it faster.
which means we're at least getting one abundance. And after looking at Ling Sha, right? Like if we really think,
Play
oh, I thought it was
revenge.
for a second I was gonna pull up my Ling Sha thinking I was on Honkai Star Rail, but I think Hoyo accidentally made Ling Sha stronger than they wanted to. I truly do not think that they wanted her to be that strong. And so if a new sustain will release, they'll obviously have to be as strong, if not stronger than Ling Sha. Or at least close to it, right? And Ling Sha is currently just the GOAT abundance in the game. And every single patch that's releasing, her value goes up more and more and more. Because these HP scaling units are going to want Ling Sha as their sustain 100%, right?
Make
And
it
the
faster.
Herda's best sustain is also Ling Sha. So her value just keeps going up. I truly do think if you do not have Ling Sha and you skip her in the 3.0 patches, you should probably pull whenever that new sustain comes around in 3.x. So Triby's kit has been changed. Apparently she ate for summons and doesn't have AA. Yeah. Th- to be honest, the only thing that's changed from her kit is the action advance. I had someone tell me that they were tired of paying attention to leaks because like leakers were just lying. But the only thing the leakers got wrong was action advance. Like literally everything else, we it's not that they were like
Make
lying.
it faster.
It's just that we only had crumbs of the kit, while now we have more information on it and we can expand on it, right? Like the leakers have been saying that Tribby has defense shred, res pen, and damage bonus for like over a month at this point, and they weren't wrong.
Make it fast.
Cause of my day. Oh wait, never mind. If you have two 5-star sustains, I don't think another sustain is worth the pull. I don't agree, especially if you're going for these HP scaling characters soon. It seems like you're probably gonna want at least two abundances on your account. And especially after how strong Ling Sha is, like outside of just sustaining, right? I think too many people just hear sustain and automatically think of only healing. Ling Sha is an absolute monster in pure fiction and break teams.
Make it fast.
Like her damage output is legit comparable to like 1.x DPS's. And in the break team, even more than that. So if Ling Sha can do that, you can only imagine how much stronger a new abundance character would be in the future 3.x patches. Like
Make it fast.
people were saying the same thing when Ling Sha was like a first officially released. They were looking at how much better she can sustain than Gallagher and not how much value she just adds to a team overall. And because of this, it led to the 10% better than Gallagher incident, which I think everybody is aware at this point. It's just completely false. It's completely false. Yeah, but Bromar, I'm saying specifically for these HP scaling units. Like, I think having two sustains, two premium sustains is fine until you go for like an HP scaling comp.
Make it
Like, I think that's when it becomes a different story. Because you're automatically going to need at least one premium abundant sustain. And it's very likely that the stronger the new sustain we get, the stronger the HP scaling DPS will be able to perform, right? Like sustains these days aren't only sustaining. I would not be surprised in the slightest if we got an abundance who was able to like buff HP scaling DPSs. Like I genuinely would not be surprised at all. Hoyo is going down this route. Like even look at Tribby. Tribby literally does follow-up damage. They're going down a route where characters are less, how should I say this, like strictly in their path. Like they don't only buff or they don't only heal. Like they also add buffs and other shit as well. Is it worth it to get Robin as someone who doesn't have her? I think it depends on your account. I think if you have like niche comps, by niche comps I mean like the break team and the Acheron comp, or actually no, the Facial comp does want Robin, right? Yeah. I think if you have a comp who can benefit from Robin, 100% you should pull for her because either way she will end up having future value with future summon DP or sorry, remembrance DPSs because her ult does action advance all summons, right? So even currently, while you're getting value out of a Robin for one of your teams, you can then just switch her out into another future DPS's team and get value out of her again, right? So I do think she's a really, really good pull. It just depends on the team you're going for, right? What teammates can they use? If you currently
fast.
have no comps on your account that can take advantage of Robin, I wouldn't recommend pulling for her. I mean, it depends. Nobody can beat me. It depends. Like, I feel like too many people are confident in saying that because action advance is like one of the most important like things in the entirety of the game. But they people need to understand, once again, I keep repeating myself, buffs will scale, right? There is a reason they are not giving this girl action advance. Her buffs will scale, likely to be much, much stronger than any of the other harmonies in the game to make up for it. They're not just going to remove action advance and also make her like only comparable in buffs to a Robin, right? Like the chances of that happening are slim to none. She'll most likely be the strongest buffer in the game by like a decent margin as well. And another thing to consider is that because she gives like team wide buffs, for any team who uses like duo DPS or more, they'll likely be able to benefit more from Tribby. I'm not gonna lie. Because then you're not only getting like a increased massive amount of damage on one DPS, but two as well. Yeah, well, Robin doesn't work with summons. She works with memo sprites, I believe. So, like, Ling Shao's Fu Yuan and Jing Yuan's Lightning Lord are considered summons, so they don't actually receive the action advance. But any Remembrance DPSs with memo sprites do get action advance from Robin's ult. I smell a speck of copium in your voice. I don't even think I'm going to pull Tribby. There isn't any copium. Like people think that like I say a character might be better than a previous one who released like 6 patches earlier than them and think that I'm like being biased, but I genuinely don't even think I'll pull Tribby unless she ends up being good for my day or casters. Like I really do not care for Tribby design wise. I much prefer Robin over her, even if Robin has the more annoying ult. And I literally have Robin as like my number one harmony on my account. Like I have the Fei Xiao team. There's no reason for me to be like hating towards Robin and wanting Tribby to replace her. Like if Tribby isn't stronger than Robin and they're like the same power level, I'll genuinely be surprised. Like I'm being so serious. I will be genuinely amazed if Robin is able to provide similar buffs to a character with zero action advance. On top of that, a 3 X harmony. Like, did you guys see Sunday's E1? If Sunday's E1 and S1 are anything to go off of for like an E1 or S1 Tribby, that shit's gonna be busted. He gives 40% defense shred to people with memo sprites. And his light cone makes him skill point positive, so he can literally spam his skill every single turn.
Make it fast.
Do you want to get Carlotta or Zeshi first? I know Zeshi makes a lot more sense to go for first, but the only reason I re-downloaded Wuwa was because of Carlotta. I am a sucker for gunner characters, and I've been waiting for a gunner limited since literally the beginning of the game. Like I've been waiting. I'd speculate like with my friend like every day. We thought Zhang Liao back in like 1.1 or 1.2. I don't remember when Zhang Liao came out. There were leaks of his sound effects, and we were speculating that it might be like a gunner with like some type of laser beam gun. That's how down bad I am for gunner characters. So I'm gonna go for Carlotta first, even if it doesn't make sense. Broadyear Lyco makes him skill point positive too, just not as positive. Yeah, like it's crazy to think, right? Because you have to keep in mind, it's not like they advertise Sunday's gimmick as being skill point positive with his Lycone, right? Like unlike Sparkle, whose entire thing was being skill point positive, Sunday is just a strong hyper carry buffer who happens to be SP neutral, and with the Lycone, even more skill point positive. I've seen people make the argument like, oh, but if you put his Lycone on Sparkle, then Sparkle becomes more SP positive. I don't think people realize why in the world would anyone do that. Like, genuinely, she just is a worse Sunday in every scenario. Why would anyone pull the Lycone just for Sparkle? He has better buffs. He gives 20% energy regen on ult. Like, there's literally zero reason to put the Lycone on Sparkle. No, I agree. Sparkle was for sure an outlier harmony wise. I think that's another reason why some people are like spectacle or skeptical, however you say it, over Tribby is because the first harmony we got in Pentagony was a quantum harmony. And Tribby is going to be the first harmony we get in Amphorius, and she's also a quantum harmony. But I don't think it's going to be as one to one as that. I think they've probably learned their mistake from Sparkle. Especially considering Tribby's actually going to be a team buffer and more similar to Ruan Mei. She inherently has more value than like a hyper carry buffer because she'll be more universal.
Together we vanquish. Beckon the divine flame. Take full.
Thank you.
How do you like these?
I made you to skip Herda and pull Robin and Link Shaw so I can full fart and Link Shaw for casters. Yeah, that's like the most ideal way of pulling in the game currently. If you're looking to like solidify a comp, if you have the resources for it, going for the Facial team or grabbing a Robin,
Make it
and then also grabbing Link Shaw if you plan on getting the HP scalers, is probably like the best path you can go down on.
guests of the uncome. Take full. Leave it to me.
Because Fei Xiao is still the number one strongest DPS in the game. Like, it doesn't even matter if she gets power crept. She'll probably last the entirety of the 3.x patches, if we're being honest.
Take full.
I think even with 3.0, in an optimal team, she might still be the strongest DPS in the game. So, Fei Xiao, an optimal Fei Xiao team should last you quite a while.
There you are. How do you like these?
Oh, it's a chest mimic. I don't understand why they regen HP.
Sever.
I have to farm the new resonance skill set for when I get Carlotta. Let's see.
There you are.
There's a chest. Do you think Firefly's still gonna be relevant till 4.0? I think with Fugue, Firefly will be fine. I think any of the DPSs who are top 3 in endgame modes will last the entirety of the 3.x patches. That's my opinion. So like Fei Xiao, Boot Hill, like Firefly, Acheron with an optimal team, I should say, and maybe even the Lycone. Like I think they'll last the entirety of 3.x. They'll struggle, right? It's no different to how Jill and Dill and Jing Liu started struggling more in Endgame when Acheron released, but they should still be able to clear like almost everything, I think. But even then, that's just speculation. Like we genuinely have no clue just how strong they're gonna make the new like characters and how much stronger they're gonna make the enemies as well. Like zero fucking clue.
There you are.
Wasn't Acheron anniversary last year? Yeah, Acheron released in 2.1.
Glad you found them useful.
I'm missing one. Where's the last one?
Winds, heed my command. There you are.
Oh, it's behind a rock.
Make it fast.
There we go.
Like these.
Anniversary is 3.2, I believe. So, Casterus is going to be like the big drop for the anniversary, right? Like similar to how Acheron was. This is why everyone, including the leakers, have been saying that Casterus will probably be the Acheron of the 3.x patches, is because just like how Acheron got teased in like last year's The Game Awards, they did the exact same shit for Casterus. So she's being hyped up to be the Acheron of 3.x. Imagine if Herda ends up being better than Casterus. I don't think that will happen. If the leakers when they gave meta ratings, they gave My Day an A plus, they gave Herda an A plus, they gave Aglaya a B, they gave Tribby an S, and then the highest ranking of all was Casterus. They gave Casterus an S plus.
Winds, heed my command.
And so far, I don't think they've been wrong. Like some people might say, oh, B for Aglaya, that's way off. But I think they were looking at it meta wise. And if you look at it meta wise, Casterus is also a remembrance DPS, just like Aglaya. So it's probably one of those things where, like, she's the first of the path. So literally the second of the path is way stronger, basically. I think that's why they gave Aglaya a B.
How do you like these? Take form.
What the? I did not mean to do that.
There you are. Oh, look, shiny.
Tribby's kit doesn't look like an S, to be honest. I mean, again, like, people are just saying that because of no action advance. I don't think people understand, like, the potential that there is for her to be receiving better damage bonus to characters depending on how much HP she has. And outside of that fact, Robin doesn't even have res pen in her base kit. Like, you need an E1 Robin to actually get res pen. She's giving you 3 of the rarest buffs in the game, which are defense shred, res pen, and damage bonus. Like, those are the 3 probably like most important buffs in the entirety of the game. If there is no action advance, it's likely because she's literally too strong to be giving action advance. It's just that simple. Hoyo will not release a character, especially a new Harmony in 3.x, that will be weaker than like any of the previous ones. Oh, they gave A to Tribby and S to My Day. Really? I thought it was the opposite. Wait, so does that mean My Day might end up being better than the Herda? Really? I honestly didn't expect that.
Make it fast.
Yeah, another thing you guys need to keep in mind is that we've never gotten a rerun for a character, like a second rerun, this fast literally ever before. And it's conveniently literally right before Tribby's release. Like, that could be like a slight sign that Tribby could possibly be at least Robin tier, if not slightly better, for a lot of teams. Like, instead of the like optimal hyper carry team being Sunday Robin, it could end up being Sunday Tribby, right? All depending on how strong her buffs are. Sunday got released and Bro's still behind his sister. I mean,
Make it
the
fast.
thing is, he's a hyper carry Harmony though. Like he's meant to be on like sole DPS teams for the most part. So it's fine for Robin to be better than him in like duo DPS teams. But I feel like in any team where there's only one DPS, Sunday is probably better than Robin. Unless it's like a niche comp.
Make it fast.
Like, Robin inherently has more value than Sunday because she's like a full team buffer, right? But in any hyper carry scenario, you almost always take Sunday over Robin. Mm-hmm.
Winds, heed my command.
Hopefully I get Link Shot early so I can save toward My Day and Casterus. Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm hoping Tribby is weak. Like, do not mistake it, right? I am hoping Tribby is weak. Because knowing my luck, I am going to go to hard pity every time I pull for a character, and I'm just gonna lose 50-50s. So I really don't want Tribby to be good because my current goal is to skip 3.0 and just go straight for My Day and Casterus. I don't want to pull for another 5-star knowing that it could like completely ruin my pulling plan. Like I'd be happy. I'd genuinely be relieved if she ends up being bad. I'd be relieved. I'm just being honest with myself, and like the way Hoyo usually like scales new characters compared to previous ones, like it's kind of hard to lie to myself and be like, "Oh, Tribby's for sure gonna be worse than Robin in a lot of teams." Like I really can't say it, man. I'd just be lying to myself. Like one less character to pull for is a W for me. I don't even give a shit about Tribby's design either. Oh, I don't remember how to do this.
Make it fast.
Yeah, I have zero clue how to do this shit. I have to look up a video for it. Oh, I didn't have this checked. And there's another chest here. Okay. Skip button is so good, man. Bro, you don't understand. HSR literally could never. I was able to get through Black Shores and the current like 2.0 patch main story quest in like 2 hours, bro. 2 or 3 hours. 2 patches worth of quest done in 2 or 3 hours. Hoyo could fucking never.
To the unkind.
Okay, sorry. Hawkeye Star Rail could never, not Hoyo. I forgot ZZZ existed. Chill on me. By the way, do you guys think I've had this speculation for a while now, right? I feel like Hoyo adds better of quality of life to all their newer games. And the previous games will always have worse quality of life compared to the new ones. But at the same time, maybe the power creep also gets worse. Because I've heard Miyabi is just so much stronger than literally everyone else in ZZZ that it's genuinely like worse than an Acheron situation. Like, do you think the power creep just gets worse with every new game they release?
Together we vanquish. Who's the caged bird now?
Yup, yes.
Glad you found them useful. There you are.
Of course, it's chess mimics. Miyabi has a 4,000% scale while the other DPSs have 1,000%. Yeah. Like I'm noticing a trend with Hoyo. Like the newer games for sure get treated better in terms of quality of life, but like there's this trend where the power creep also gets worse. Like surely it isn't a coincidence.
Oh, look. There you are. How do you like these?
Chang Li user respect. I have Jin Shi at level 90,
Guess
but
unkind.
I mean I don't even know why I'm not using Jin Shi deadass. I'm just too lazy to switch the team, I guess. There's still one more chest left, right? Where? Where's this last chest? Oh, there we go.
There you are.
I think that makes everything done here. Your Nagi is as strong as Miyabi, but people are just bad at the game.
Make it fast.
I have zero clue who Yanagi is, so I cannot speak on this. All I know is that I've already heard that Ellen is starting to struggle in Shiyu defense, and I think a new mode called Deadly Assault or something. While Miyabi is completely like clearing it with complete ease. Oh shit, there's two more? When did they... Do they just randomly pop up out of nowhere? Hmm.
The moment at hand.
Yeah, but the thing is, what makes ZZZ's Miyabi so much, like, different is the fact that it's only, like, what patch is ZZZ in? The game hasn't been that long, right? Like, it's only been a couple of patches. While Acheron, like, Honkai Star Rail didn't have, like, a massive, like, DPS change until Acheron. That, like, actually made, like, every previous DPS feel that much worse. And that was 2.1. That's, like, a year later.
Of the unkind. There you are. Oh, look, shinies. Sever. Take form.
Free chest.
Glad you found them useful. Make it fast. How do you like these?
You don't gotta min-max too much in HSR. I only had Acheron as a new DPS in the whole 2.0 patch, and I cleared everything. Oh, yeah. But the truth is that only applies to new DPSs, right? Like a new DPS will always clear endgame content with complete ease, not only just because they're usually stronger, but on top of that, they will usually have an endgame mode that's tailored for them. Like, this is the problem people had with Ling Sha. Like, back when Ling Sha released in 2.5, people were saying they didn't want to pull for her and her extra damage because the Firefly team was already strong enough. And these days, even though Firefly isn't struggling by any means, she is for sure taking longer to clear endgame content. And now people are finally considering Ling Sha as an option. So when you get a new character, you truly don't have to min-max. But these days, I'm not going to lie, like in Acheron these days, you do have to min-max. I'm not going to lie. Like you probably, if you don't have Zhaoq, you for sure have to min-max. Yo, what's up, Gabby? What's up, Mantis King?
Fast.
I'm still missing one chest. Where is it?
Guests of the unkind.
Is it maybe like over here and it's not getting detected? Oh, it's over here.
Who's the caged bird now. Try
Yeah, but the thing is, at the end of the day, right? Let's all be honest. Let's all be honest. When it comes to Endgame,
oh,
a lot of people, especially people who pay attention to leaks and how meta characters are, they don't really care about being able to clear in 5 cycles, right? Like they want to clear as quickly as possible. Like for the most part, the casual side, they're fine clearing Endgame at 5 cycles each side. But most people who pay attention to leaks and meta, the reason they pay attention is because they want their comps to clear as quickly as possible. Like no one really cares about missing out on 80 jades, I feel like. no, no one really cares about missing on half a pull every patch.
feathers. Take full.
It's just more fun to get really fast clears. It just feels more satisfying.
There you are. How do you like
4. Oh, this is going to be an easy one. Hmm? Is that it? Is there more up here? There is. I gotta look for the chest first.
There you are.
Best gacha game in your opinion? For me personally, it's Honkai Star Rail because of just how convenient it is. Like in a game like Wuwa, I'll get a headache playing for like a decently long time because I genuinely have to use like my mouse and keyboard, and you need to have like some type of mechanical skill, right? By no means is it anything significant, but some type. Like you actually have to put in effort. But in Honkai Star Rail, I can literally just chill there and the game does everything for me. But in terms of like quality of life, it's Wuwa without a fucking doubt. Like it's not even close. Although the one thing I don't like about Wuwa is that it still does not have a 120 FPS option. Like they put out a thing for supported graphics cards and CPUs. I have a supported graphics card and CPU, but if I go in my settings, I literally cannot put it on 120. Like it for some reason it's bugged. For some reason it works and they have the option for other people no. I don't understand it.
Go fast.
Oh wait, I'm still missing a chest. Oh, there was another one up there. I'm blind.
How do you like these?
Like you just can't like rock climb like this in Genshin, bro. Like a lot of people don't know this, but the first gacha I ever played was Genshin. Hmm. Thank you. More flight stamina. And I have that stuff. Wait, what? I play Wu on 120 FPS? I literally can't. I don't have the option. Even though I have a supported graphics card and CPU. The only way to do it would be if I like tweaked it. It used to be easier to tweak Wuwa for 120. But apparently now you need to like download a specific program, and I don't want to do that. Because once you start like downloading programs, You have like an actual chance of being banned.
Make it fast.
Like I have a friend who has an even better PC than mine. He has a 3070, which is better than mine. Someone on Genshin got banned for 50 years. I think for downloading something to skip cutscenes. Yeah, they got banned for 50 years because they were using an auto clicker because they were completely sick of the dialogue in Genshin, which is like so understandable.
Make it fast.
Like there isn't anything more understandable than that. That just goes to show you. Keep in mind, this was like a decent whale, right? Like he had C3 characters, C2 characters, and even he was completely sick of Genshin's shitty ass dialogue. Like a skip button is just so much better. Mm. Oh shit. Genshin sucks, unfortunately. I mean, at the end of the day, I think people can play whatever they want. I understand, like, in a way, Genshin is a bit of a more colorful game than Wuwa is. But Wuwa is just, like, objectively just the better game overall. Like, I don't think anyone can deny that. Hmm. I can't even do, like, each. I really suck at these color things, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, another thing I don't understand about Genshin is that they make their MC almost never talk. So in reality, the actual MC is Paimon. Like I think at this point, it's safe to say the real MC in Genshin is Paimon. Have you tried Tower of Adversity? I did for like a few seconds, and then I went back to grinding Jades and shit so I could get Carlotta. Do you want tips for this one? Give it to me. I don't want to think. Turn blue red, then red yellow. It's not gonna connect completely. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like I'd have to do this, and then this. I think another crazy thing about HSR is that in terms of like how many limiteds there are, they are already catching up with Genshin, even though the game isn't even half as old as Genshin. Like it's so annoying, man. Like I've seen content creators do the take that people complaining about the triple rerun banners are just greedy people, not realizing that overall, yes, the triple rerun banners are a good thing, but only if they were consistent and we got like a banner roadmap, right? That's the only way it's good. Because otherwise, most free to plays and low spenders, they will not be able to pull for a lot of those characters. And it's completely possible they never pop up on a banner for a long ass time after 3.0. Like, people just completely forget about the perspective of the average player who doesn't spend money. Blue into green, green, red, red, yellow. Or are you saying only do it once? So do blue into green. Middle. Turn the middle red into blue. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Bro, genuinely, what is this gameplay? I don't want to think. So I'm literally just here talking with chat. And anyone who wants to help me out does. Turn the middle red to blue? I did. This is peak gameplay, guys. Are you guys saying I just... You know, it's predatory when even monthly isn't enough. I think something they could have easily done was just give a shit ton of pulls. And, like, similar to Wuwa. Like, I think Wuwa 2.0, you can get, like, 160 or 170 pulls at least, right? For an entirely new planet, and on top of that, 8 banners on one patch, I think it would have been fine if they gave like 160 or 170 free to play pulls. Like, I think it would have been completely fine. Now turn the blue to green and then red. Still didn't work. Oh, wait, it did work. Oh, genius. I didn't realize. I forgot the color down here is yellow. You're a genius. Appreciate it. Didn't have to make me think. Aren't we only getting 107 pulls? Yes. Free to play players are getting 107, I think. And I think people with an express pass will obviously get more. Like, I think like an extra 25 or 30 pulls. Which doesn't even make sense. Like, that's a low amount of pulls, even for like a normal patch. This is like a new fucking planet. And 8 banners at once. At the end of the day, though, at least, right? Like, at least we aren't getting as scammed as Genshin is. Like, them giving 20 extra pulls after Mavlika's banner is some of the scummiest shit I've ever seen. Like, that is genuinely the scummiest shit I've ever seen. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. I mean, it's quite obvious why they're doing it, though. They'll obviously make more money from people who don't have enough pulls to pull for the characters. But it's like, they didn't even try to hide it this time around. It's like they're fully just showcasing their greed. I saved 270 in Honkai Starro. I'm ready to lose it all, eh? I think by the time my day's banner comes around, I'll have around 200 pulls. Hey, I hope I don't lose any 50-50s either, man.
There you are.
And I hope Tribby ends up being bad,
Glad you
despite what people think of me like overhyping Tribby. Because if she's bad, that means I don't have to pull for her. I truly could care less about her design.
Guests of the unkind.
Oh, the chests are like... Oh, this guy's a chest.
Luminous energy.
People were crying about this back in 1.3 with Zhao. I mean, it's fair, though. Like, this is a thing. Like, it's completely fair.
Who's the caged?
Like, in Genshin, you literally play the game for a month and a half, and you still don't get enough pulls to even get one 5-star. Not even including the fact that you can lose the 50-50. And then on top of that, they fucking scam you by making the banner on only, like, one half. And after that half is over, the good banner is gone, and that's when you finally get the 20 extra pulls. Like, it's just a complete fucking, like, Jesus, man. Like, at least even with HSR's, like, really bad fucking, like, 8 banners, like, at least we get enough pulls to, like, get a guaranteed 5-star. Or not guaranteed, but just, like, a 5-star in general, right?
Make it fast.
But they do not have the same luxury over there in Genshin. I'm only picking up Fei Xiao next patch, to be honest. Can't be asked. I mean, yeah, Fei Xiao's going to be a great pickup, I think, still. I've seen a lot of people holding the same sentiment that, oh, pulling for reran DPSs is a terrible idea. But I truly think if you like the character enough, pulling for Fei Xiao is fine. Like, especially with these triple rerun banners. Like, let's say Acheron. Acheron took 5 patches to rerun. Firefly took, I think, 4. Fei Xiao only took 3. Like, she didn't lose all that much value. It really hasn't been that long since Fei Xiao even released. Oh, it's probably down there.
Make it fast.
I might get my day if he works great with her. Hey, wish you luck on my day, if that's the case. What's this? Swords are all missing, so we need to find swords.
There you are.
There we go. Fei Xiao Eidolons are actually great, so if you go for her, yeah, exactly. Especially E2, I think Fei Xiao E2 is like otherworldly broken.
Guests of the unkind.
Oh, there's the chest.
There you are. Be reduced to cinders.
Pulled Firefly, my pulls went down by 110. Yikes. Yeah.
My blade.
The only thing that sucks about these gacha games is how, like, subjective the experience are depending on the person. Like, I have a friend who is incredibly lucky and no matter, like, what gacha he plays. So, like, when Firefly initially released in Honkai Star Rail, he got 2 Firefly light cones in 1 10 pull. And he also got Firefly in, like, 40 pity. And then later on, he got the E1 after only 20 pulls again. Versus me, who back then went to hard pity, lost on, oh no, went to hard pity, got Firefly, then went to hard pity again and lost on Ruan Mei. Like, the difference in, like, how much fun a lucky person has versus an unlucky person has is fucking massive. Like, even in Wuwa, he's lucky. Apparently, he got the weapon in 10 pulls, and he got he got Carlotta on, like, 40 pulls. It's like people are playing a completely different game depending on their luck. Fei Xiao E2 is the first E2 to match Dills. I'm going to be completely honest. There are a lot of DPS E2s that match Dills. Firefly's E2 is for sure, without a doubt, stronger than Dills. Like, if you include the combination of both E1 and E2. And even outside of that, I think the E2 is stronger anyways. Acheron also has a stronger E2. Because it allows her to use a harmony. And alongside with Zhao Q's fucking vulnerability, she does way more fucking damage. Like, Dill's E2 at this point is pretty dated. Like, it was for sure special for its time. But, like, these days, there's just better options. Rappa E2 prop stronger? I'm not sure about Rappa's Eidolons. I never looked at them. Because I was, like, never interested in Rappa. Like, I knew she was going to be good with Fugue from the beginning. But I don't really like characters who are, like, extremely reliant on another character. This is why, like, when I was making some videos on, like, new players, who should you pull for, back in, like, 2.5, 2.6, I always said, like, I don't really recommend Acheron all that much over, like, an E0S0 Firefly. Because you're not going to have Zhao Q. Unless you already pulled for him. Like, at the time, Firefly was the most free-to-play friendly DPS. I think now, Herda will probably be the most free-to-play friendly DPS. So, at least in terms of relic investment, Firefly's still the easiest, though. Yeah, exactly. Dill Z2 was for sure, like, really good for its time. Like, it kept up with a lot of, like, future DPSs. Going for Eidolons is cool and all for the flex, but not needed whatsoever in game. I mean, I'd say Eidolons that genuinely are, like, good investments are, like, Harmony ones. Like, if you plan on going for, like, a future summon DPS, or, like, sorry, not summon, Memo Sprite DPS, that's Remembrance, like, Sunday's E1 is genuinely bonkers. Robin's E1 is as well pretty bonkers with 24% res pen. Like, Harmonies are the only characters where I'd say, like, going for their E1 or E2 could be, like, a really, really good benefit to your account. Yeah, exactly, Ward. Like, let's say your Fei Xiao team, like, let's say it's like 3.5 or 3.6 at this point, and your Fei Xiao team is taking on average like 3 cycles to clear the endgame or some shit. Then you get like an E1 Robin, and all of a sudden you're clearing like a cycle faster, right? Like, it's one of those situations where you can just make a team you really like more future proof. Wait, did I just randomly get stuck in a quest while I was walking around? Clearing faster does not yield more rewards, though. Every Eidolon you go for is... Yeah, but here's the thing. I've mentioned this earlier in the stream. Most people who pay attention to, like, meta and leaks really do not care about the extra 60 or 80 Jades you get from clearing 3 stars. What they actually care about is clearing as quickly as possible. Like, they want to actually challenge themselves and see how fast they can clear with, like, a new character. Because it feels nice clearing the end game with like 0 difficulty, right? Like, this is just how a lot of people's brains work, including mine. Like, I truly could not give less of a shit if I only got 11 stars in all endgame modes. but I just like clearing as quickly as possible because it's fun. Like, there's nothing else to do in Honkai Star Rail, for being honest. Like, there really is nothing else to do but just challenge yourself in the endgame mode. Unless you're like a mainly like story person, right? Buying yourself out of difficulty is fun to people. It's not buying yourself out of difficulty. What? You're literally challenging yourself more by getting a higher cost team, which will allow you to like fine tune certain characters better to be able to clear faster. Like, I think this is a good example of this. Let's say you're going for a zero cycle with the Herda on a sustain team. You're probably going to need at least like 3 to 4 cost. But a free to play Herda at 1 cost, sustainless, can also zero cycle at 1 cost. So some people will invest into like a Harmony for because they want to run their Herda on the sustain team and still clear just as fast as a sustainless one. Like, there's a limit. Like, this game, people, I feel like a lot of people overestimate the skill that goes into a game like Honkai Star Rail. Most of it just goes into prepping the actual relics for characters before the actual fight begins, right? Like, this is like 90% of the actual so-called skill in Honkai Star Rail is to actually have the relics to allow you to do zero cycles. Plus, on top of that, with like E1 and E2 harmonies, you can do like unconventional zero cycles. Like, I've seen people get like an E1 or E2 Robin and they'll use like Hook and they'll zero cycle with Hook. Like, that's genuinely like interesting to watch. Like, normally Hook would never be able to zero cycle anything if you didn't get Eidolons on any of the supports. No, exactly, Ward. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, in the first place, this game is really not difficult. So some people just get Eidolons on like harmonies or characters, either to make them last longer or to get like faster cycles. Like, that's really the only fun you really get out of the endgame in Honkai Star Rail. I don't think anyone's stressing over like missing 1 star in MOC because of the Jades. They just want to be able to clear the end game, like, really well too.
The moment at hand.
Yeah, bro, Mar. Exactly.
Make it fast.
Like, there are certain things you can do on a Boot Hill team to make sure Boot Hill always gets the break off instead of like Fugue or Ruan Mei or HMC. Or Ling Cha if you're running sustain team. Like, there are minor things you can tweak in your gameplay, but it's never going to be like anything massively significant. But then again, there are some absolute droids on HSR, especially the leakers. Some leakers are just completely terrible at the game, leading to their runs taking like 1 or 2 more cycles than usual. Like, I've seen it happen all the time. Like, they're just completely brain dead and don't have any clue what they're doing. Capybara? Hello, Muda. What would you pull until 3.2 if you had 300 pulls? Assuming averaging 100 pulls per character slash light code. What would I pull on the current characters? Or what characters would I pull in 3.2? Currently, if I really was pulling like characters from 3.0 to 3.2, I wait, this is actually hard. I think I just go Herda. instantly I'd get Herda because of how free to play friendly she is. And Herda is a pretty universal DPS in all three endgame modes at this point. So Herda will be fine for clearing all the endgame, even if you don't get Jade. And then 3.1, I'd get Tribby. And then in 2 or 3.2, I'd get Castris. So I'd get Tribby to make the Herda team more future proof, and then I'd invest in the Castris team as the second comp. But I think 300 pulls will probably be enough for that. A lot of people have been getting mad at me recently. Like I got a comment a little bit ago that I saw where people are like, "Oh my god, you're fucking hating on the Aglaia for no reason." I saw an E0 S1 Aglaia 0 cycle and like her premium team. She is comparable to the Herda. And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been saying she's comparable to the Herda, but that she needs either Huohuo or Sunday. Like she's significantly more reliant on having specific characters on her team than Herda is, which is why I've always recommended Herda over Aglaia. Because Aglaia can very easily be replaced by any new Remembrance DPS. It's in all likelihood, like Herda will not be replaced for quite a long while. Yeah, she does. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing I also mentioned before. She already has her best in slot team. She has a sustain who can give her energy, and she has a harmony who can give her energy. And he's perfectly tailored for her. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. The Herda still can use a new limited air edition. Because I'm going to be completely honest, even with Jade on the Herda team, you usually use Deck Collector on Linkshot instead. There still isn't a limited air edition who could take full advantage of being on Herda's team. Like you could say Link Shaw is for sure. I think Link Shaw is for sure like best in slot sustain for the Herda without a doubt. But there's still a harmony in air edition slot that can be completely like power crept, right? We all know it's going to be Tribby. Tribby's going to go into the harmony slot. However, there's still an erudition slot left for Herda to really benefit from. Oh, 50? That's nice. I low-key miss Wong Long. Oh, I have a lot of chest here still. I forgot. I didn't even do this place. Wait, what? Wait, I'm permanently stuck in this. Am I? Yeah, exactly, sweet potato. I've been saying it a lot lately that Herda is very similar to Acheron. Like it seems like she's gonna need specific teammates to like really start shining. Like even now, she's comparable to Glea, which is the crazy part. Without a best in slot in team, she is comparable to Glea, and in sustainless, she is just straight up better than a Glea in any sustainless scenario. Bro, who's Lucerna? Is it maybe the person down here? No? I'm so confused. Or am I supposed to go here next to this guy? Bruh. I pulled Sunday but might skip Aglaia anyways because I feel like since she is the first Remembrance character, she might get power crept faster. Yeah, exactly. Like Aglaia will still likely last you the entirety of the 3.x patches, but it's one of those cases where I would not be surprised, right? Like literally, I would not be surprised if you just instantly put Sunday on Castris instead. Like it genuinely just would not be surprising to me. Because one thing is, Castris has that black dragon as her summon, and that'll probably be the big damage dealer, right? And we all know from the leaked like 3.0 relic sets, which are gonna benefit Castris in the future, she gets like 40 crit value if you have her at 95 speed. Or sorry, it's like 36 crit rate. So 72 crit value if you have her at 95 speed. So there's a really, really, really good chance that Sunday might just be the best in slot support for Castris when she releases. Like, it's completely possible. She'll be able to take better advantage since she'll probably have a summon that does way more damage than Aglaea's. Because Aglaea's summon isn't even the main damage dealer, it's her. So she can't take full advantage of Sunday's kit. Oh, I was supposed to take a photo of the thing here. That makes more sense. I wish Aglaea had her old E1. Really? Why? Aglaea's current E1 is way stronger, no? Didn't her E2 get switched to her E1, which made like team building significantly easier? She just regens energy. If you could E6 a character, who would you? Current character? Robin. But if we're talking about future character, probably Casters. Not because of like meta or anything, but I just want Casters. Um, isn't that her E2 ward? I thought her E1 got switched and it's the one that gives like energy regen. Or did they change it just recently? Why wouldn't you E6 Phaedon? He's way cooler. I think the human, in terms of like design for design, um, they're comparable, and I do like Phaedon more. But Phaedon doesn't have a black dragon, so I don't really give a shit about Phaedon. Like the only reason I'm so interested in Castris is the dragon. Like I truly do not care all that much for like her herself or her model. Like I'm well aware Phaedon is better, but even in the first place, I like My Day's model better than Phaedon's. Yeah, that's what I thought, Bullets. I thought her E2 got switched to her E1, which meant her E1 is now like the energy regen. So she's like way less reliant on having like specifically Sunday or Woho. Because it means she can keep her ult uptime a lot easier. Who would you predict to be the strongest damage dealer in the 3.x cycle? Um, I'm gonna have a hot take here. It's either gonna be Phaenon or it's going to be either Dill or sorry, Don Hung's new form or March 7th's new form. I think the later a DPS is released in like the arc of patches, usually the stronger they are. So like even if Castris is S plus when she releases, it's possible that Phaenon is like just as strong or even like a little stronger than Castris in 3.4, I think. I think the leakers have said he might come out in 3.4. Like we saw it with Firefly. Acheron completely like changed the game. But then Firefly is pretty comparable and she released 2 patches after Acheron. That would make Phaenon the like Firefly after Acheron situation again. where he's 2 patches after like a big DPS drop. 3.4 is a fake collab? Hell no. I don't think so, no. Is it the fake collab like late 2025? Like third quarter? That should be September. Actually, maybe. Wait, you might be right. Maybe they'll run like the Amphorius characters alongside the fake collab characters? I'm not even sure.
Make it fast.
It should be 6 months. I think each patch is a month and a half. And in about 15 days, we're going to go into it. So, no, I don't think so. I think 3.5 or 3.6 will be the fake collab. Yeah, it should be like 3.5 or 3.6. Um, Delicious. Yeah, this version will get 7 patches.
Make it
So
fast.
just like we went up to 2.7 and or sorry, I think 8 patches. Just like we went to 2.7 and like 2.x, we're going to 3.7 and 3.x until like 4.0. Hmm? Yeah, 8 patches. So 3.0 to 3.7 is going to be Amphorius, I believe.
Guests of the unkind. Make it fast.
I like it better that they're doing like one planet and making it last the entire arc of patches. Like it's just a lot better for them to just focus on just one planet in my opinion. I don't know why they do like 3 or 4 patches one planet, then 2 patches you go to a previous planet, then you come back to the planet again like 1 or 2 patches later. Like I didn't really fuck with that. Which planet do you think we're going to next? Just an educated guess. Like this is just based off of my hypothesis. I think it might be a land called Amphorius. It's just a guess though. There are no like confirmations or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I think they cooked hard with the male characters. Oh, for sure. I was actually like fully considering skipping my day until that drip market came out, and then with like the recently like released trailer that I think they released yesterday, and it showed like my day's like actual in-game model for a few seconds. That shit's fire, bro. Like that is so fucking badass. Mm-hmm. Hmm. The shot where he walks on a bridge, yeah. That and the one where he's like on his chair, like holding a cup. Like my day for sure has my favorite male design so far out of anyone, including Phanon. Like I just like his design more because he has like the red tattoos on him, and this is more of like a personal bias thing. But one of the first games, if not like the first game I ever played in my life, was God of War on my uncle's, I believe, either PS2 or PS3 when I was incredibly young. And it reminds me of Kratos' tattoos. So I have like I do have a bit of a bias towards my day because of that as well. Like he's also like Spartan, like his backstory is Spartan. It's the exact same for Kratos as well. Nice, Glad. Glad for her. But yeah, I'm glad that they aren't like afraid anymore of actually putting out like some type of shirtless men and like actually giving them defined muscles. Like this has been the problem. Like Ito incident. Ito is supposed to be like this physical beast, yet he has like noodle arms. Like it doesn't make any sense. Surely we get another welt form. I wouldn't be surprised if we got it in the future. Phaedon did oil up in the trailer. Yup. I noticed that like whatever that gold liquid is was like attaching itself to him. So I'm curious as to what that's all about. Bro's munching? Yup, I'm munching. Breakfast. Was Phaedon the shirtless guy? Yeah, it was.
Make it fast.
Leakers have also been saying that he's gonna have like some type of second form, which I'm interested in. Like maybe it'll be like another Firefly situation. Is he Kevin? Yeah, I think so. Dis- Destruction Eon liquid? Oh, that could be possible. I mean, he is a destruction. All the leakers have been saying that he's gonna end up being a physical destruction. Acheron was also said to have a second form. I mean, to be fair, they were probably talking about Acheron's ult, which in that case, she kind of does have a second form. Like it wouldn't necessarily be wrong to say that Acheron in her ult is like her second form. You are not getting Carlotta? Well, I am. I am getting Carlotta. I just have to farm like a shit ton of Jades like every single day. I'll do a few single pulls here. I believe I'm at like 47 pity. I believe I looked at it earlier. 47 pity, right? Yeah, 47. So I'll do a few singles. Bro, do you guys see like the gold streaks on the wishing animation for Wuwa? It always throws me off. It always throws me off. Like these yellow streaks right here. They make me think I actually got something good. Not going to Renacita. I already finished like the entirety of the main quest for Renacita. Like yesterday. I did it off stream. Yeah. I grinded the game like absolute hell yesterday after losing the 50-50 to Verena so that I could squeeze as many pulls as possible to get Carlotta. I know Zeshi is like overall the better pull for my account, but this game isn't Honkai Star Rail, and Jin Shi is still the strongest DPS in the game, so I'd rather go for a character I just like more. Honkai Star Rail does give me PTSD, I'm not gonna lie. Like, in Honkai Star Rail, I always think in terms of like pull value and meta. I'm only 2 hours in. I'm trying to milk it slowly. Hey, good luck. I personally skipped most of the story, but my friend who didn't was talking about how it was really, really good. It's been 7 months and S0 Gion still clears. Yeah. I just have to build my characters and use wave plates to, what's it called? Like, level up their forte, their weapons, and all that stuff. Because I just now, yesterday, I hit Union level 60. So I could finally get my characters to level 90. So I got my Jinshi to 90. I'm using Gion's weapon on her currently because I don't have hers. And I leveled up the Forte and the Resonance skill in Liberation. I'm not going to fully max these out because I have other people to worry about. Like, I still need to do Yin Lin. I still need to do Chang Li. And I probably should also do a bit of Jian. Logged on Genshin on my second count, and I love it when I lose my 50-50. This is my 5th time losing my 50-50 on Genshin. A lot of people don't know this, but Genshin is the only gacha where I've been lucky in. You know how you guys always see me lose 50-50s and lose 75-25s and me constantly talk about it? In Genshin, I don't think I've ever lost a single 50-50. And I think my average pull pity in Genshin is like 30 or 40. Like, I've never been luckier in a gacha game than in Genshin, but I still quit Genshin because I was absolutely fucking sick of it. Like, I think I got Sino in like 20 or 30 pulls. I got Scaramouche in 110 pull. And I got Kazuha, I think, in like 50. Why sick of it? Because I quit the game somewhere around when Wuwa came out. Like, they gave you damn near 0 pulls. The quality of life was significantly worse in both Honkai Star Rail and Wuwa. And like almost every aspect of Genshin is just worse than HSR or Wuwa. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, it's just straight up fucking worse. The only thing Genshin has over fucking HSR is that their power creep is nowhere near as bad. Like, you have people comparing who's the best DPS in Genshin by how many seconds faster they can clear versus like Mualani or what's it called, Arlecchino. Like, this game has infinite sprint if you're not like next to mobs. I think in the first place, the sprint is faster than usual. Climbing walls is significantly easier in this game than the other games. And unlike Genshin, they do not lock quality of life movement features behind characters. Like, a big reason why I pulled Kazuha and Genshin and Scaramouche was because Scaramouche could fly and Kazuha could help you like get over hills easier. Like, they literally lock movement quality of life behind limited characters. Not to mention with 2.0, look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This is the best addition for movement I've ever seen in any game in my life. Or like any gacha game in my life. Just look at this, bro. I was able to clear like so much of the map because of this. Like this is so much better than anything else, bro. Like this is the best thing. You literally cover like 500 meters distance within like 15 or 20 seconds. Like look how far I'm going. Yeah, Genshin also doesn't have a chest tracker. Like in this thing, you can use I mean, sure, join. Oh, it invites me to the other person worlds. I forgot. But in this game, you can also use the sensor. You do this,
Make it
and you
faster.
can see where a bunch of chests are around you. You have waypoints. You have a loot mapper, which tells you where a bunch of chests are from like a massive radius. You have a grapple, which you can literally use to tech to go up higher. Everything is better. Oh, Carlotta gives bonus stamina for flying. Really? That's really nice. Reason for quitting Genshin is the lack of men in meta. I saw some leaks that Hoyo will plan to release lesser and lesser boy characters in the game for future patches. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I understand there are two types of different games, right? But I think Love in Deep Space
Make it
proves
fast.
that you can release a consistent amount of both men and women and still make really good amounts of money.
Make it faster.
I don't understand why Hoyo pushes women so much more than men. Like, if there were way more characters like My Day, I feel like a lot of women would be fucking dropping the bank, right? Like, I really do. I don't understand why they're so scared of it. Especially like gacha games, a huge majority of gacha games, like, I'd say the gender split is pretty close. Like, it's not anything like massive disparity. Like, there's a lot of women who will play a casual anime gacha game. Nice, Johnny. I mean, I understand that. Like like the main audience for these gacha games is gooners who have like, or like gain like emotional attachments to like some of the characters. But I feel like there's also a good like portion where that simply isn't the case. And once again, there's also gooners who are women who will end up dropping the bank for like good looking men. Like I'm sure that's why they made My Day like semi shirtless. They literally just want to see how well My Day will sell. Gabby, hello. Oh, it's in caps. I didn't realize I had my claps on. The Sentinel is leaked to be 15 to 20% stronger than Jinshi. Is that a character? I thought the Sentinel was going to be like something similar to the dragon for Jinshi. The Sentinel is in 2.2. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm still going to have to pull for Shorekeeper. So I will try to get Shorekeeper whenever she has a rerun. And then I might go for the Sentinel in 2.2 then. Yeah, sweet potato. Like recently, Love and Deep Space has been like completely dominating the gacha game industry. Like it goes to show that there's actually a really good amount of women who will drop money for like good looking men in a gacha game. Yeah, Butterfly, that as well. Like me including a lot of people, even us who like don't exactly like have an attachment to like certain characters and how well they look. Like we just want some other
Make it
disparity or
faster.
like more variety in like different characters. And honestly, lately Hoyo has been knocking it out of the park with male designs. Like Aventurine, Boot Hit. Okay, we don't talk about Jiaoqiu, okay? Let's just forget Jiaoqiu exists. But like we have Aventurine, we have Boot Hill, we have Phanon, we have My Day. Like there's a lot of good ones coming up as well. Look at this Echo. What the heck? Is that an actual Echo? Is that Yinlin's weapon? I need to get Yinlin's weapon at some point. Or is Yinlin just not that good anymore? What's wrong with Zhao Q? I mean, I think we can all be honest here. In terms of HSR male designs, he is easily on the bottom of the barrel. Like, I don't even think that's really like an argument for like 5-star male designs. Like, I'd even prefer Welt's design. And he's a standard 5-star who came out at the beginning of the game over Zhao Q.
Winds, heed my command.
Yes, the Prolova boss. Oh. God, I forgot I have to farm Resonant skill set for Carlotta. Oh my goodness. I mean, the reason HSR was made because MiHoYo got death threats for even considering asking the Chinese gamers whether they want a playable male character in the High 3 game. So Welt hopped on HSR. I mean, yeah.
Make it fast.
Like, male characters are pretty underrated, I'm not gonna lie. I farmed the new set for Zeshi. Does it benefit Zeshi as well? Oh, the coordinated attack set.
Make it fast.
Zhao Q should have been a 4-star to be honest. Yeah, like, this is... By the way, I'm UL level 80? Damn. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on my friends list are now 80 while I'm only 60. But this is just my opinion, right? I've said this before in a different stream. I think Mose has a better design than Zhao Q. And I feel like a lot of people would agree with me too. And he's a 4-star. Like, I genuinely like Mose's design way more than I like Zhao Q's. That's just a lie. It just isn't, bro. Like, I'm really not like even trying to be biased. He is genuinely just one of the most simply designed male characters in the entirety of HSR. Like, Mose at least has like a kind of unique design to him that makes him like semi interesting. Zhao Q just doesn't have it. There's a leak from 5-star Mose, really? That would be really, really nice. I'd love a 5-star Mose. Like, I need a... I myself... I'm going to look up Zhao Q right now. Maybe I'm tripping. Zhao Q and Mose. HSR. So that's Mose's banner, and then this is Zhao Q's. Let me see. Yeah. Like, easily, bro. What the fuck? Even Moses' fucking banner art or like drip marketing is better than Zhao Q's. Like, Zhao Q's around a bunch of teapots with some flames, and then he's wearing a basic Zhangzhou Lofu outfit. Like, even his drip market is better than Zhao Q's. He's literally fine. I mean, he's fine, right? Like, he is fine. However, he's not anything, like, interesting in my opinion. Like, compared to a lot of the HSR men. Like, Dale looks better. Aventurine looks better. Like, a lot of characters just look better than Zhao Q. 1.4 had Yin Lin and Zhang Liao reran in 1.4. I mean, I don't care. I would have never pulled for Zhang Liao anyways. But yeah, I did miss out on our weapon, I guess. I didn't want to play... Like, lately I haven't been playing Fortnite that much. That's like the only reason I re-downloaded Wuwa. Because I actually have the time to play 2 gacha games the last few days. Yeah, healer that doesn't even heal. It was so annoying to me that in the like 2.4 live stream with Yunli and Zhao, they mentioned that Zhao was a healer like every single time he had screen time. And it's annoying because you know he doesn't do any healing in his actual kit. It's like, oh, he's a healer. Oh, he heals with food. Oh, he's a really good cook. He can also heal, by the way. And then, like, he has zero fucking healing in his actual kit. Lynx isn't a healer as a profession, but she's abundance. Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. When you, like, if they didn't talk about it all that much, right? I wouldn't have minded it.
The moment
But they were mentioning that he was a healer, like, every single time he popped up on the live stream.
is the best of our lives.
Um, I will admit, though, I was pretty wrong about Jiaoqiu. Around the time of his leaks, because he kept getting more and more nerfs, I thought he wouldn't be that good. I mean, in the first place, I still agree with like my past self that he's a terrible pull at E0S0 because he only really benefits Akron. Like every other team usually has a better best in slot than where you'd put Jiaoqiu. But like for Akron specifically, I honestly thought that he wouldn't be anything even all that much special, but he ended up being really strong for Akron. So for like Akron specifically, he has good pull value. Brant is a fusion support. I don't even know if I'm gonna pull Brant. I'm not like I might not even have enough pulls for him. I'm gonna end up just wasting everything on what's it called? Zeshi and I forgot the other one. Zeshi and Carlotta. And then on top of that I also need Shorekeeper. I don't know if I'm gonna go for Brant. Yeah, a lot of people like I feel like the two main speculations that made people really interested in Jiaoqiu was either one, he could heal while being Nihility, so that meant you could just completely run sustainless Acheron, which is what a lot of people were hoping for. And the other thing is being like better than any of the other Dot characters for like supporting Dot. And he did neither of those two. He's literally just an Acheron battery. Like
Make it fast.
between Carlotta, Sig, and Standard is a 20% difference. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm also going to try and get Carlotta's weapon. I forgot about that. I'm only like 13 pity in, though. Oh, my goodness. There's so much for me to pull on. I'm at 15 pity on the weapon banner. Shorekeeper is the must pull in Wuwa, by the way. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I should have kept playing the game until I at least got Shorekeeper, but my god, like I remember quitting the game because of that boring ass Zhang Liao event. Like I really did not care about getting Zhang Liao as like a 5 star, like ooh 5 star. I didn't give a shit, so I just quit the game because the event was too boring for me. How much did 2.0 improve the game? Quite a lot, in my opinion. Quite a lot. Not even to mention the crazy amount of pulls I think you can get in 2.0. I think it's like around 170 as a free to play. Some people were saying over 200, but I believe it was an over exaggeration. But I do think like 170 to 180 is like a safe minimum guess for pulls in 2.0. The story is good. I can't speak on the story because I skipped a lot. You can get 180? Ah, yeah, yeah. Oh, all right, Flogon, thank you. Yeah, that is a lot. It's something a lot of people don't consider is this game has a lower soft pity than I believe both Genshin and Honkai Star Rail.
Make it
So in
fast.
Honkai Star Rail, at least, I know the soft pity is around 73. That's when it starts. In this game, the soft pity starts at 63 or 64. One of those two. So you also usually get characters earlier in Wuwa. aside from the fact that you're also getting more pulls. Why play the game if you skip the story? Characters. That's what keeps me interested in these games is the characters, not the story. Like you could make the argument all the story characters, but it's mostly character design, character animations. Those are the two things that really pull me into a game. For example, I've already mentioned this many times. I was very close to quitting Honkai Star Rail after 2.4 because I did not give a shit about Yunli or Zhaoq. It wasn't until Fei Xiao got drip marketed that I actually decided I'd keep playing the game. And I only did that because I loved Fei Xiao's design so much. So when a character has a really cool design or combat and animations, cough cough Carlotta, I'll play the game. Like this is literally the reason I re-downloaded Wuwa. Yesterday I was on Twitter looking for My Day leaks and I ended up seeing like a clip of Carlotta's like combat like stuff and it made me want to re-download Wuwa. Sad that Wuwa is not as popular as the other Hoyo games. The thing is, it's very hard to reach Hoyo popularity because Hoyo became popular at the best time possible. Like peak COVID, Genshin was the anime gacha game. Like there was really no better time to gain renown than being like a top tier game during COVID times. I am really, really confident if there was like another COVID again, Wuwa probably would have completely boomed like way more. But like Hoyo has just more reputation after COVID. So people will automatically play a Hoyo game before they play a Kuro game. ZZZ characters post Jane Doe sucked, really? I remember like right before I quit ZZZ, I made a few speculation videos on Anomaly because it seemed like a really broken class. Map gives 2500 asteroid. Carlotta is the level of Jinshi. Yeah, I've seen that. I want to get Carlotta and use her as my main DPS for the hazard part of the tower. And then everyone else I want to use for the earlier parts. Or I just use both Jinji and Carlotta for the hazard part. And then I use Jian and Cheng Li for the lower towers. Might be an L take, but I really don't like Ellen's design. I mean, Ellen's design, it isn't bad, right? But it is a bit simple, so I understand why a lot of people wouldn't like it. I'm fine with Ellen's design, in my opinion. I personally think it's completely fine. Also, Jing Yi, I don't even know who Jing Yi is, I'm not gonna lie. Is that the little kid who can, like, stun or whatever? Leveling a trace from 8 to 10 is a 30% damage increase? Yeah, I realize that, Flogon. When I was, like, leveling up my Jinshi's Forte and stuff, I realized just how much stronger the multipliers get when you level them up at higher levels. Like the next level gives what, like 70% more here and 30% more here. And this is the liberation. It's not even the skill. The skill goes up like even more massively. And Wuwa, like, I'm just gonna call them traces because it's a lot easier for me to call them that. And Wuwa traces make a lot bigger of a difference. Lycon, is that wolf guy? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he has a pretty sick design.
Make it fast.
ZZZ did get better, but between ZZZ, HSR, and Wuwa, I think I'm more inclined to quit Honkai Star Rail. They better cook in 3.0. Yeah, that's completely understandable. The main reason I like Honkai Star Rail is the convenience, right? Like, even if you can do dailies faster in ZZZ, it is still more convenient to just auto dailies on Honkai Star Rail. And aside from that, I don't know what it is, but ZZZ combat just pisses me off. Like, it feels completely brain dead.
Make it faster.
Like, that could be like a low IQ take because at the time I was playing the game, like, people really didn't know how to play the game all that correctly. But I'd be so fucking bored playing Ellen over and over and over again. I don't know why. Like, the combat just doesn't speak to me in ZZZ. It's more of a personal bias though. So I'm not going to like say it's like a universal thing because I know a lot of people out there actually like the combat in ZZZ a lot. Yo, Gabby, have you tried Marvel Rivals? No, I haven't. I've downloaded it, but I haven't tried it yet. The main reason being, the only character that really interested in me in that game is Hawkeye. And yet I know he's probably gonna get banned in every single match if I ever play ranked. So I don't want to play a character who I really like, but will always end up getting banned anyways. So I haven't even touched the game.
Make it faster.
Marvel Rivals is a really good game. Yeah, one of my friends is like, he's like diamond something in it, and he's been having a lot of fucking fun. It looked fun, but I'm quite confident I'd like fully sell my team if I played it. So I'd rather actually watch some videos on how to play the game correctly before I actually get it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for both HSR and Wuwa, but HSR mostly. Like, I'm a big sucker for like Greek mythology stuff. Like, I used to read a lot of fictional books when I was a kid that were around like either Egyptian mythology or Greek mythology. So Emphorius having like all these characters based around it is really, really nice for me. Like, I'm a real sucker for that type of stuff. Game is balanced by making everyone OP. Yeah, I've heard about that. You can make anyone strong depending on the comp you run. Yeah, Rico. By the way, Gabby, show this. Show what? Is here a character?
Make it faster.
Oh, flying? Yeah, flying is completely broken in the game.
Make it faster.
It's way better. Pros looking. I was thinking of getting hurt on or a rerun and getting Robin E1 would be nice. What do you guys think? Is it good to get Robin E1? It should be for all region. I, do you unlock it? Not for Renacida? Yeah. I've already tried flying in the other regions and it doesn't work for me. So I wonder if you just unlock it later. I'm gonna be honest, Brian. I'm gonna say the same thing. I've recommended a lot of people. We are really close to 3.0,
Make it faster.
which means we're really close to in-game leaks of My Day and Triby. So I'd wait and see just how strong Triby is, in my opinion. Right? A lot of people are saying in my chat they don't think Robin, like they don't think Triby will be as good as Robin, or even like possibly even better. But I'd say wait for the in-game leaks and see how Triby's performing. Because in the first place, I believe Robin is rerunning on the second half of 3.0, which by that time we should have like V3 or V4 of Triby. So look at the like in-game leaks in like 2 weeks, I believe, is when 3.0 comes out to actually make your decision. Yeah, another thing I want to say, like, because you're going for E1 and not just like normal Robin, who's to say that Triby's E1 or S1 might not be as strong, if not stronger than Robin's? Because if we keep in mind, right, this is a mainly buffer only harmony, which is what Triby's going to be. And she already has Res Pen in her base kit. So her E1 or S1, if I had to guess, will either add like a significant Res Pen buff or other. Yeah, every support has an insane E1. Like every single one. Sundays gives 40% defense shred to a memo sprite. Robbins gives 24% res pen. Ruan Maze gives 20% defense shred. Like every harmony has a really, really broken E1. And this is a 3.x harmony. So keep that in mind. She is the newest harmony possible. How good would Triby need to be for her to outright rank Robin, in your opinion? Really good. Like, really good. Because of the fact that she has no action advance, her buffs have to be significantly stronger than, let's say, Robin's. Like, significantly to make up for the no action advance. Leaks say her Eidolons will only affect her own damage. The only thing I've seen is that they said her E6 will increase her damage. So the leaks about Triby doing like 1.x DPS damage numbers came from an E6 Triby with her 6th Eidolon. Apparently the E6 is what gives like an increase in damage. I don't think the E1 or the E2 are going to be damage based or only damage based. Yeah, Ward. I really do think Triby, to compensate for no action advance, will have insane team buffs. Like, I have zero doubt about it.
Make it fast.
I mean, even if we think about it, right? Sparkle is only bad after, like, Robin came out. Like, when it was just, like, Sparkle's release, she was still, like, the best hyper carry support. Like, in any comp where you were struggling with skill points, you would not use Branya and instead you would use Sparkle. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And of course, she has just better buffs. So at the time Sparkle came out, she was still like top 1 hyper carry harmony. Yin Lin was bad since 1.1. Zhang Liao prefers Chang Li. Oh, really? Well, it's a good thing I have Chang Li then. You're telling me I wasted my pulls on Yin Lin, man. If that's the case, wouldn't she be more of a Ruan Mei power creep? Yeah, exactly, Coley. That's what I've been saying. Like, I've been saying that she is most similar to Ruan Mei. She doesn't have any action advance, and she's just a straight up like team buffer. Like, it's very similar to like Ruan Mei in a way.
Make it fast.
But this is the thing, though. What will decide whether Triby or Robin is better, in my opinion, is who's better paired with Sunday in a lot of teams. I think that's what will decide it. Will Robin's extra action advance on ult end up being better with Sunday than, like, what's it called? Like Triby's buffs. Like, will Triby's buffs alongside Sunday be a better combo? Whoever ends up being a better combo with Sunday, I think will be like the deciding factor. Another thing is that Tribby will benefit duo DPS teams a lot more than she will like sole DPS teams. That's another thing. Don't worry, a lot of people did. I didn't pull Yinlin for Jin Shi. Pulled her weapon at 1.4 since it's busted. Yeah, I actually got like decently lucky at the beginning of Wuwa, so I was able to get Yinlin, Cheng Li, and Jian just all straight. Ruan Mei has the break stuff though. Oh yeah, for sure. I think in the niche of break, Ruan Mei will continue to currently be like the best like harmony support for them. But in like every other team, it'll probably be Tribby. Like a Tribby will replace a Ruan Mei.
Make it fast.
Yeah. Tribby will be the best in slot harmony for the Herda. Because whenever an ally ults, Tribby will do a follow up attack that I believe just hits all mobs on field. And that that recharges energy for Herda. Because Herda recharges energy depending on how many mobs on field you hit. That's why Ling Sha is her best in slot sustain. So Tribby will be the best in slot harmony with the Herda. I agree fully, Cooley. I completely agree. Like at the beginning of the game, we had like general DPSs, general supports, right? Like there weren't really any niches. But after Penacony, it seems like Hoyo's like really started delving into making a shit ton of different comps. Like a ton of different niches. Thoughts on Archer and Saber for the Fate collab? I was excited until I learned their paths. I don't know what their paths are, but I'm not exactly surprised. My original guess for the guaranteed like characters that would release were Archer, Saber, and Gilgamesh. Those were like the three that I thought were basically guaranteed. But at this point, it might be possible they don't release Gilgamesh with My Day. Because I don't think there's been any leaks about Gilgamesh, and My Day is very similar to Gilgamesh in the first place. Dot is coming in 2.1 with Phoebe. Yeah, I want to pull Phoebe. I forgot about her. That's the other character I'm most interested in after Carlotta is Phoebe. The first Dot character, yeah. I'm probably going to pull for her. Hunt and Nihility. Uh, I'm assuming Archer's the Hunt, right? Would Saber be the Nihility? I'm confused on that. Wait, why? They literally made a Saber reference in Yunli's trailer. Zanny is the first limited 5-star shielder. Oh, so she's like a preservation unit. Um, is there any need for a shielder unless they give buffs? Yes, really? I guess you wouldn't have to dodge anymore, right? Like if you had a shielder, you wouldn't have to dodge, meaning you couldn't be like interrupted in the middle of like a combo attack, which would be nice. I'm gonna be honest, I do not know what that means, Flogun. Oh, I see, Blad. Thoughts on Zanny? She's a really cool design. She was another one of my favorite designs, probably like right after Phoebe. But she didn't interest me all that much. The two most interesting characters in Renacita for me 100% are Carlotta and Phoebe. Those are the two I'm most interested in. Added you in Wuwa, by the way? Fortnite balls in my face. Nice, Blatt. Phoebe's cute. Yeah, she has a really good design. I've also, like, I'm not sure about Brant. Like, Brant has a good design as well, but I don't know what he's gonna be or what he's gonna do. Yeah, I saw Flogon. It was in the item shop a bit ago. Are you playing HSR today at all? Probably not. Like, I'll probably do dailies, but that's it. Like, there's literally nothing for me to do on HSR. There's zero for me to do in HSR. I might make a video if, like, new leaks come out or something. But I don't think new leaks would come out literally, like, right after we just got My Day and Tribby info. Grind for chest, you need those asteroid? Yeah, I know. I really need them. I mean, I've already gotten all the supply chest here. And I still can't use the loot mapper in Renacida. Because I don't have enough caskets, I think. How's Paradise finally getting a second season? Hopefully they do the animation more justice this time around. Maybe an MOC run or pure fiction run. I already did an MOC run, I think, last HSR stream. I did a zero cycle with Fei Xiao, even though that isn't by any means difficult. However, for pure fiction, I don't even think I can max pure fiction currently, even if I tried. My Himiko is just so poorly built. I recommend using Wuwa map if you want to clear it. Yeah, I know. I forgot about it, low-key. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot you could, like, track stuff now. Wow, I'm only one off. Yeah, it's this. I need this. It's a permit, which you get at level 5, which lets you use the loot mapper. Wuwa map, it looks kind of basic. Genshin has set a high standard. I don't know. Let me see. Let me go like here. I don't think it's basic. I do think the Genshin map is better, but I don't think it's exactly like basic by any means. Oh shit, there's one right here. Also, the graphics in this game look so much better than Genshin's that even the simple stuff looks like a lot better. But I think Genshin is just more colorful. Yeah, that's another thing. This game doesn't have like anywhere near the same amount of like map territory. Like Genshin takes an entire year to release a region, and even then they milk the region by only releasing parts of it when it originally releases. Like this game's only been out for like what, 6 months? 6 or like 8 months? Yeah, this game also has better facial expressions and models. I think it's just the difference. Like this game is literally a post-apocalyptic world, while in Genshin you're going to like these different colorful regions that represent the different elements. Like I just don't think they're exactly comparable, like lore-wise. Because in my opinion, if I go to if I go to Mount Firmament, this looks better than any area in Genshin for me. And this is like the most colorful part of Wuwa. which makes me believe that people really just don't fuck with like the less colorful, less saturated parts of the game.
Make it fast.
Cause like this area with like white snow and like cherry blossoms and pinkish like colors, like this looks way better in my opinion than anything in Genshin. Dragon Spine clears hell to the no. Hell to the fucking no. I remember exactly what Dragon Spine looks like. It does not clear this at all. I'm getting attacked by chickens, man. Especially if I turn the daytime to like oh wait, I have to leave, I think. Do I have to leave? Oh, I'm gonna leave, sorry, Flogon. So if I go here and then I go like early in the morning, I think like 8. Let's see what it looks like. Like, brother, this, look at this. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This absolutely clears. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. Although I will say Genshin has like the disadvantage. They are on like an older engine. So they can't even have graphics this good, I'm pretty sure. But still, like, this is just way, way better to me.
Make it fast.
Like this part as well, where like you have like all these cherry blossoms around. I am guaranteed for the Sentinel. Oh, nice, Flogon. I wish you luck on that. Are you gonna go for a weapon or his? I don't even know who it is. 2020 game versus 2024. Well, yeah, I'm aware, but the point is that like when Wuwa wants to make like a colorful like landmass similar to Genshin, in my opinion, it just straight up looks better. It's just that because this game is like set in a post-apocalyptic world, most of the land masses aren't colorful. Like they're just straight up normal like color dirt. Like the colors aren't all saturated like that. I went to the top of Dragon Spine. It's still like it's not bad by any means, but it's just not better than this. Like I could do the same thing and go on the dragon, literally the same argument. If you go to the top of the dragon, like look at this. Yeah, I can't fly in this. Like this game, like it's beautiful. Even the ice. Like the skies also look significantly better as well. Yeah, it is just a difference in preferences, but I think without a doubt, this game's graphics in general are just significantly more detailed than Genshin. Like Genshin might be like more colorful and saturated, and like some areas are for sure better designed. I'm not gonna pretend they aren't. But in terms of just like appearance, it's really hard to beat this. Like look at that. Played it back in 1.2, so most of y'all probably just don't get it. Oh, from back then? I mean, yeah. It's like nostalgia. I'm guaranteed against skipping this patch? Oh, I see. You on default in-game brightness? No, I'm on the lowest.
Make it fast.
I'm on the lowest brightness. Not because people like say it makes the graphics look better, but I just don't like high brightness because it can hurt my eyes. And lately I've been playing this game a lot, so I lowered the brightness all the way. Is this the tree? I wish it was on Xbox. Wait, it's still not on Xbox? Is it not on consoles or just not on Xbox? Oh yeah, they added the Erd tree in this game as well. I forgot to mention they added the Erd tree in here. Oh my god, this is sick. Yeah, like see shit like this is absolutely sick. It's on PS5. Oh, so it's not on older consoles and Xbox. Just not Xbox. Oh. Where's Shadow of the Erd tree? Where's the tree? I don't think it's up there. Oh, here it is. So they like low key just added the Erd tree in here, like a miniature version. Damn, it looks right out of DS3. Yeah, it's sick. There's also one over here as well. Although I will say, if I remember correctly, like the best looking tree in my opinion is at this like monkey's place. Like I'm pretty sure they glow during the night and it looks so good. I just love that they added flying. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the flying is so nice. Like if I go here and I change oh wait, I'm sorry, I have to leave again, Flogon. But if you go here and you go to maybe like 19, I think it's dark enough and like the cherry blossoms actually like shine and glow. Yeah, look at that. Like this is my favorite. Have you done the hardest hologram? Probably not. I haven't really caught up with any of the holograms. I've just been grinding the map and events so I can get as many pulls as possible for Carlotta. Played PGR back in 2019, I think, and I remember hearing about this game when it was announced. Oh yeah, there were leaks for Wuwa like years before it ever officially released. I'm not gonna lie, when Wuwa came out, I had zero fucking expectations. Like I was so confident this game would be ass. I just don't know why. But they completely like they did way better than I ever imagined they would. That tree is sick, yeah. I remember making like a thumbnail or two for my old Wuwa videos by just taking screenshots and then adding text above it.
Make it fast.
I was here since CBT because I was a PGR player. Nice. I'm pretty sure going on top of the tree also looks pretty sick. Although, am I the only one who feels like it makes more sense for the monkey to be like on top of the tree and not like in this little base down here? Like it makes way more sense for the bear to be down there. Like it would have been so much cooler if the monkey boss fight was actually at the top of the tree. I was talking to my friend about this like literally yesterday. Like it makes no sense for three bears to be here. It makes way more sense for the monkey though. Not only you, me as well. Yeah. Man, this game is so beautiful. Agreed. Yeah, I never played TOF mostly because I don't like MMOs. Tower of Fantasy. Yeah, I didn't play it either. But yeah, the monkey for sure should have been here and not like down there. Like that's where the bear should be.
Make it fast.
Does anybody here have like a different spot that they consider like the best looking in the game? Like visuals wise? I do have my game on max graphics, I think, so. I think this is still the number one for me though. I think like this entire area is easily my favorite. Oh, I can level up the caskets again. Nice. Inferno Rider area looks good in the morning. Let's see. I think they still update it, so apparently people play it. I have 80 pulls right now. Jeez, man. Jeez. The black hole type thing? Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I hate Genshin's fantasy theme. It doesn't create any sense of mystery. If I'm being honest, the only thing that. Okay, not the only thing, right? But a thing that really annoys me with Genshin's story is just how much they force the MC to be cucked, right? Like, it's fine if he just gets, like, outright beaten, but almost every single time he's, like, a footsteps away from getting, like, a Gnosis, and then he just instantly loses it after us spending, like, 6 or 7 patches to obtain it. Like, every fucking time. That's the only thing that annoys me about the story in Genshin. Ever considered streaming on Twitch? Maybe. I don't even know how dual streaming works though, or like, so the issue is I don't have a second monitor. So I read all of your guys' messages off of my iPad, right? So I always look away. That's why you'll see me like my character stop and I walk around a lot. It's because I genuinely have to like completely switch my head to read your guys' messages. So I don't know if I can do dual streaming without a second monitor that can like connect both chats together. iPad kid, hey, chill on me. Chill on me. This area does look pretty nice though. The black hole's on the other side. Is it here? Yeah, this is for sure closer. So this is the black hole, I believe. Yeah. You can't see it when you're that close. I mean, either way, this sunlight is absolutely beautiful. Like, I think Wuwa really knocked it out of the park with the skies in specific. If I remember correctly, there's an area in the sky where there's like starlight at some point. Maybe it's here? Oh yeah, I think Hoyo has better music, sure. I'm not gonna lie, the only thing like Genshin players hold on to fucking Fontaine like crazy, bro. Like you can't blame them either because Fontaine is for sure like the peak of Genshin. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. But Fontaine is for sure the peak of Genshin, so it's like a good point. But people are holding on to Fontaine for their lives, bro.
Make it fast.
Like I played Fontaine myself. That shit was fun. But jeez, man.
Guests of the
Like you ever bring up storytelling or anything with like a Genshin person and they instantly mention Fontaine. Genuinely has them in a chokehold. Oh wait, I didn't even know the moon popped up like this. I quit right before Sumeru, so I don't know.
Make it fast.
Sumeru had the most annoying Archon quest in the entirety of the game. Like, I'm just gonna say that straight up.
Heed my command.
That Nahida, like, quest where you're, like, stuck in a dream slash hallucination. Like, I tried solving that shit myself and I just couldn't. I had to look up a YouTube video in the end.
Make
Like,
it
I think I spent an entire hour just restarting over and over and over again. That part was cool. Bro, me and, like, everyone I knew, we all got stuck on it. Every single one of us. And we were just absolutely stressing. Farina's pretty. I haven't even played Fontaine. No, yeah, Fontaine is definitely like Genshin's peak. Like even a lot of the character designs, like Ryosli, is easily like one of, if not like the best looking dude in Genshin in my opinion. Like in terms of just design. You could get stuck on it. I thought it was linear. No. You had to answer like 6 or 7 questions, like different questions in a row. And if you got like even one of them wrong, it would completely restart you.
Make it fast.
World exploration in Fontaine was kind of boring though. I mean, I kind of agree. But another thing that was really cool about Fontaine was being able to swim underwater. Like that shit was beautiful. And it's just like it felt really good. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, for the longest, like before we actually got like official release for Notlan and like that trailer, I thought Notlan would just be like literally a war. Like it's called the Nation of War. Like I thought it would literally just be fully just ravaged, right? Like similar to Wuwa post-apocalypse, like everything is ravaged, like there isn't really that many saturated colors and everyone is just like on the outskirts. And then you actually see Notland and it's like completely fucking fine.
Make it fast.
Well, yeah, Ward. It's just like I did expect something kind of like grandiose when I heard Nation of War and like the leaks for Notland. Like I was expecting something like huge and like deep. The Sentinel is called Carthethia. Hmm, that's interesting. I might look up her leaks after this. I agree though, yeah. What are you expecting from a family friendly game?
Make it fast.
I mean, still, like, even then, it's fine to do like war stuff so long as you don't do blood or anything. Like you can still show like people injured, people like taken out of their homes, people suffering in like battles. Like that's fine, so long as you just don't show actual death and blood. Oh, I can't speak for that ward.
Glad you found them
It
useful.
for sure could be, but I'm not gonna pretend to know anything about like the Notland Archon quest and all that shit. Like I can't even speak on that. A few characters died, no playable characters though. Is it true that Capitano is not going to be a playable character? I'm not going to lie. Him and the Ice Girl in the Fatui Harbingers that who like hums and sings, those were the only two people I ever cared about, design wise. Capitano and that one girl. That's it. Probably not. Jeez, bro. Like, why, man? Reminds me of the Mulan music video where they show an abandoned doll in a burned down village to show sadness of war without showing it brutally to children. Yeah, there's a lot of roundabout ways you can do it to kind of like send a message. Skirk will be playable though. Oh yeah, that was a character I was interested in as well. But I just don't want to get into Genshin, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the polls are just so abysmal, man. Like, I don't want to play a game that is just that scummy. Like, I have no issue with the story. I do have an issue with the roaming ability. Like, when you play Wuwa, going back to Genshin feels like complete ass when you're, like, exploring a region, right? But I can still deal with it if they were at least, like, semi-generous with the polls. But they are incredibly stingy in Genshin. Like, incredibly stingy. Like, you cannot even guarantee like one 5 star in a patch. No, I agree, Ward, but like me personally, the main thing that drives me to like play these types of gacha games is the characters. So knowing that I might like play a month and a half straight and literally still not have enough pulls to even get like even one 5 star, like it just feels like shit for me.
Make it
Like
faster.
in HSR, even with like all the power creep and all this shit, the reason I can still stand to play HSR is because I'm always guaranteed to get a 5 star every patch.
Make it faster.
Yeah, Ward. Like for sure, I understand. Like I will praise Genshin for like mostly just this. Their power creep is like nowhere near as bad as it is in Honkai Star Rail. Like you get a lot more value out of your pulls and like out of the 5 stars you've pulled for. I will say that for sure. So Honkai Star Rail is just way worse with the power creep. But I'm just more of a character guy. I'd rather have 20 characters that can't clear endgame than two characters. Yeah, exactly. Although that is an over exaggeration, I agree with like the idea. More characters is better for me, honestly. HSR is becoming stingy with 4 stars. I mean, they've been stingy with 4 stars. I'm not gonna lie. Like in reality, they don't have a reason to really go all out with 4 stars because they don't make them any money. Like realistically, no one's really pulling on a banner for a 4 star most of the time. They're usually only ever pulling for a limited. What do you think is worse, Wuwa Power Creep or Genshin? I don't know. I think they're both not bad, no. Like Gion released in 1.0 and he's still like a T 0.5 DPS or something like that. And apparently there's going to be a character who's up and coming and can support him a little bit. Jin Shi came out in like 1.1 or 1.2 and she's still the strongest DPS. Wuwa doesn't really have power creep. But this is the beginning of the game, so like it's hard to say. ZZZ is even worse with 4 stars, really? I think Genshin might have less power creep overall because of elemental reactions. I think elemental reactions make a lot of old characters still really good. Cough cough Mona. Like there's a lot of old characters who can still like do a lot of good stuff. Yeah, exactly, Cooley. Cause like Honkai Star Rail power creep didn't really start being like an actual topic until Acheron's release, which was literally like anniversary like 1 year later. So I think 1 year into Wuwa will be a good time to like actually be able to tell. By the way, do you guys think Child will end up getting another new form? Like similar to like Don Hung getting like all these forms in HSR? Because I'm not gonna lie, Child has gotten like exponentially stronger since the beginning of the game. Like there's no way he doesn't get another form or some shit. They have the OG 4 stars that are still relevant today, like Bennett. That's why they got stingy with HSR and ZZ 4 stars. Yeah, but there isn't really there isn't really a 4 star like Bennett in what's it called, Honkai Star Rail. Because once again, elemental reactions. Like elemental reactions make every character more future proof in Genshin compared to like HSR or Wuwa. My encore is 74 to 89. Jesus. Are you an encore main or something? Possibly Child is a fan favorite. Yup, yeah. I think Child is arguably like the most popular dude in Genshin. At least the most glazed. Genshin having no alternatives yet is a miss. Yeah. HSR is going crazy with the alternatives. I'm not gonna lie. We're getting we're getting fucking March 7th and Dawn Hung alternatives like no tomorrow. He was hated when he came out, really? All I see is glaze for him. Like I swear he's the most popular probably like Genshin male. HSR isn't even close to how many they did in high 3? Really? I prefer alternatives over new characters because I'm already attached to older characters. I feel that. Oh, you've been playing for 3 hours? Please take a break. Well, thank you, game.
Guests of the unkind.
But yeah, I actually agree. I'm really interested. I'm really confident, right, that the new Don Hung form will be fire. But I am curious just like how he's gonna look. Like it's always interesting when they do like the blacked out characters, because they did the same with the Zhengzhou Luofu and Ling Sha and all that. I'm pretty sure they blacked out like 2 or 3 characters. They did the exact same for Amphorius. I'm really curious what Don Hung's form will look like. Same with Dark March 7th. There's 15 Branyas? Oh my goodness.
Make it fast.
He is Earth Leak, say? Yeah, but Earth isn't like an element in the game, and he already has an imaginary. Like I think the closest to Earth is imaginary or fire. And in the like when his like form is blacked out in the trailer, he has like a flame in his hands, which makes me think that he's just gonna be fire. I think the closest to Earth is imaginary, but he already has imaginary. There's no way they do it again. They released a new Branya too? Jeez, man. March needs a 5 star form real bad. I'm pretty sure that's what Dark March is going to be. Like the leakers said that both March and like Don Hong, like their new forms and Amphorius will both be limited.
Make it fast.
I don't think there are any speculations on Path yet. I'm pretty sure they'll come like really late in the 3.x patches, so I don't think there's any leaks for either of them,
Make it fast.
like of their path or anything like that. Don't we have too many fire characters already? Yeah, but they're mostly break related at this point. Do you think we'll get new forms of 5 stars in Wuwa? I don't think so. It's for sure possible, but probably like a lot later down the line. I think it'll be a lot later down the line, Flogon, maybe. But even then, it's a bit of a stretch. I don't know. Like, Wuwa has such an overarching story. I don't think they do it for a long time. I think Dark March will just be a different character. Like, it's not going to be a path switch like it is with, like, Hunt and Preservation March. It's going to be the exact same as 4-star Don Hung and Dill, where they're, like, two separate characters, probably. I think anytime a character gets, like, a new limited variant, it's just straight up a different type of character. Like, I don't think they'll share paths. Triple Don Hung would be crazy, yeah. I mean, you'd probably have no skill points, though, so...
Make it fast.
What if we got a 5-star Mortefi? I'd insta-pull. I'm not gonna lie, Mortefi is one of my favorite male designs in the entirety of Wuwa. But he's a fucking 4-star. That's like the only thing that sucks. March 7th, March 8th. I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people love March 7th. But in my opinion, this is a bit of a hot take, but she's more of like just a toned down Paimon. Like, she's still just as dumb and stupid, but her voice is just way less high pitched.
Winds, heed my command.
Like, she's literally just a grown Paimon, basically. Obviously, Paimon's more annoying because she's in like the main dialogue way more often, but March is still pretty bad in my opinion. Carlotta fixes all the flaws of Guns and Wuha, by the way. Yeah, I saw. Apparently, she can parry as well, which is really nice for a gunner. We had Carlotta leaks since 1.3. Damn. No, I agree. The reason I think I like March, though, is that she isn't, like, forced into, like, main story dialogue all that much. Like, similar to how Paimon is, right? Like, I think if Paimon wasn't, like, the main MC of every single dialogue in Genshin, people wouldn't have as much of a vendetta against her. And I think that's exactly, like, what March is. Nice ward. Sure, lots of people. Oh, I forgot these things heal you. I completely forgot. Sitali, the pink-haired girl in Genshin. It, English voice is March's VA normal voice. I did see a lot of people saying that.
Make it fast.
I don't know. I remember seeing some type of controversy over that girl, but I don't know if it was the art or what. Or like maybe she was just a bad pull or something. No, I agree, Exodius. It's really bad. I also don't understand like why Genshin just refuses to pay the MC to talk. Like, you are a multi-billion-dollar company and you're giving like the main MC like barely any lines in the game. Good morning, Hydrocorius. Have you seen the new Tribby leaks? I have. I made a video on it.
Make it fast.
And I also accidentally mistranslated thinking that she would give HP scaling characters a bigger buff. No, I agree, Flogon, but they at least have more than they do in Genshin. Wait, where are you? Oh. Oh, there's a chest. Nice, thanks.
Look, shinies.
Nice, Blad.
Fast.
I've seen a bunch of memes around Wuwa about Rover being like this harem gatherer or some shit. And I don't even know if it's true because I've skipped all the story in this game. She's totally in love with Ether? Ah, I see. One of my biggest problems with Genshin is how Lumina and Ether only talk in their character profiles or once a year in the Dawn Slave quest. Yeah. It's kind of true, not gonna lie. It is. This is why non self insert protagonists are better. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that Rover is literally just like a harem gatherer, basically. And like a lot of people don't like that.
Fast. Guests of the unkind. Beckon the divine flame.
Like the ZZZ pro tags. Is ZZZ just as bad?
Glad you found them useful.
Wuthering Waves more like Gathering Waves? Yeah, I've seen that one too. He's been gathering since 1.1. Nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck happened to that Genshin anime? Like, it genuinely looked good, but didn't they tease it back in like 2022 or some shit? Like, where is it? Oh. Oh, nice word. I got it confused. First Jinshi and Shangli, then Zeshi, then Camellia, then his most loved one is Shorekeeper. Jesus, man. Like, this game is only 7 months old. The game is only 7 months old, man. I was interested in Lumine's story in the anime. Yeah, same. I'm pretty sure, like, in the original, like Genshin's, like, canon, Aether is the main character, right? Like, not Lumine. I'm pretty sure it's Aether. Shorekeeper got 6 buffs, really? In her kit on 1.3? Ooh, that's nice. Ah, I see, I see. Jinchi never simped for Rover, she just respects them. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of, like, these characters are just, like, high respect. But honestly, you just don't know in these gacha games. Like, a lot of the time, they do leave it, like, ambiguous on purpose. Because they don't want to offend, like, either side of, like, people who do shipping and shit like that. Like, they're starting to do the same shit in, like, anime and manga these days. Like, some anime and manga might end up just not having, like, any confirmed relationship for a main character at the end. Literally just for that reason. Like, they don't want any drama. Camellia got 4 nerfs? Damn. Shorekeeper didn't get any? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Shorekeeper. Alright, guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna end the stream here. I wanted to hit my 3 hour mark and I hit it. It was really nice talking with you all. My day in Tribute looked very, very interesting. I'm probably gonna keep grinding this game off stream for like the next 4 or 5 hours. And then I'm probably going to do dailies on HSR and see if there's any news on leaks. If there actually is anything, I'll make a video. But if there isn't, I'm just gonna keep practicing Wuwa and all that stuff. So yeah, love you all. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.